Sam Logue here for irishboxing.com. Delighted to be joined by Aaron Mckenna, the silencer. 1 week out from his upcoming fight on Sky Sports on the Boxer Show, kind of in association with Hennessy Sports. But Aaron, first of all, it's an absolute pleasure to be chatting to you, my man. Tell me how are you and how are you feeling as we approach your fight next week?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. The last hard week of training's done now. Just finished off today with a good massage there from a sponsor in Monaghan, Kieran Quigley. So everything's going great for this fight. Had a good solid 10 days over in England, down in Birmingham and Manchester, mixing up great sparring with Ben Whittaker, Aaron Bowen, Tyler Denny, and down in Manchester with Bradley Ray and Rizard Lewiski at the Robert Rimmer Phoenix Camp Gym. So you couldn't get better preparation than that leading into a fight.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And like at the moment, as far as we know, there is no opponent. You've no opponent named as of yet. But maybe you can tell us something. Maybe you can drop something for us here. So when you're preparing for a fight where you don't actually know who the opponent is and you've kind of nobody to study or nobody to prepare for exactly, is it a case of just trying to get the highest level sparring that you can get to kind of basically just focus on yourself, and the idea is to continue improving? Is that kind of the mentality when you're preparing for that kind of fight?
Yeah, that's it. They're working on two guys at the minute. One's a southpaw, one's an orthodox. So it doesn't really matter to me who they get me. I'm ready for all styles. I don't really care who they put in front of me.
Okay.
Like I sparred southpaw last week and orthodoxes. So whoever they get for me, I'll definitely be ready. And I'm just solely focused on what I can do. I don't worry about other people. I worry about my own self and what I can do.
Yeah. Is it a concern though, like at this point in your career? I know you're quite young still, but you're 14-0. You're now the WBC Youth World Champion as well, which is a prestigious title in its own right. Do you feel like it's time now to start moving on, to start kind of fighting more guys with winning records, maybe more recognizable guys, starting to push more higher in the rankings? Is that what you want now? So with that in mind, when you're a week out from the fight and you don't have an opponent at this stage of your career, is it kind of annoying, or is it something that you're kind of you want to kind of start moving away from now as you push on?
I just gotta kind of stay focused and disciplined. I can't let anything like that faze me. I wanna, once I get this fight out of the way, then I wanna get another 2 or 3 fights. Like all it is really, all I am is one fight really away from a top 10 ranking in the world. That's all it takes in this game. Once you get the right step up with the right guy to fight, you're into the rankings. So I believe in 2 or 3 fights. There's no reason why I couldn't fight the guys at the top.
Yeah, fair enough. But is there any names, or is there anyone that you're targeting at the moment, or what is the plan from Mick Hennessey, who obviously is your promoter now? You moved from Golden Boy over to England to Mick. Has he kind of sat you down and said, okay, this is the kind of plan, we're aiming for these kind of names or these kind of guys to step you up, and then, you know, after a certain amount of fights you're going to be ready? Or is there a plan, or is it kind of just taking a fight by fight and just seeing what happens?
Yeah, really taking it fight by fight and just stay as active as I can. I'm 22, I'm young. I need to get as many fights as I can, really build the experience. And in my head, I'd like to fight Munguia and Lara, 2 guys that I really have my eyes set on, and I definitely believe I would beat them. I'd take them fights in the morning, but you got to take every fight as it comes, and just get 1 or 2 or 3 more fights, and I'll definitely be there.
So do you feel like you're kind of do you feel like you're ready for that level already? Like, as in terms of what you can actually produce in the ring, your actual ability? Do you think you're ready for the likes of a Munguia or a Erislandy Lara?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm definitely ready for that based on what I can do in the ring and what I've done in sparring with all the top level guys. And I think just 2 or 3 fights were step up fights where I get up the rankings for. I'm ranked 38 in the WBC, so just want to keep climbing them rankings and get to a position where I make that fight happen with any of the top guys.
Yeah, fair enough. So let's talk about your fighting on Sky Sports next week, which is a pretty big, it's a big achievement in your career, you know, especially at a young age. You're getting this kind of platform now. How excited are you, first of all, to be on Sky with Boxer and Hennessey working together? And is it something that perhaps Mick and yourself will be looking to to continue going forward, that kind of fighting more regularly on Sky?
Yeah, Sky's a huge platform to be fighting on, and definitely really looking forward to this one. And there's always a big audience watching on Sky Sports. You always get a big name out of it, fighting on it. And over in Ireland and the UK, there's a big following for it. So hopefully, yeah, in the future I'll get more big fights on it, and just really looking forward to the one on the 25th of June and making sure my debut in Sky Sports is going to be a good one.
100%. And is it a case of like, you feel like you need to kind of impress a little bit? Is it, you know, you need to kind of earn your place on a platform like that? Or, you know, so that, say, Ben Shalom and Boxer want to have you back on Sky? Does that kind of run through your head, or is it just kind of business, go in, get the win, get the W and get out again?
And well, in all my fights, that's what I always want to do, make a statement, win, no matter where it is or what it's on. That's always my plan, to make it as exciting as possible, to make a big name for myself, to make big noise. So going into this fight, I definitely want to make a big name out of it and get my name out there.
Yeah, you have been that guy, haven't you? Who, which it's a funny comparison with your brother. Actually, you've been the guy who kind of doesn't say much, but you do the talking in the ring. Always exciting performances. You always look good in the ring. Is it something that you'll be looking to change? Do you think you'll embrace that more vocal side, like that your brother tends to do? He likes to call people out and stuff. Is that something that you think you'll perhaps embrace at some point, or is it just business in the ring?
Yeah, I'd probably do a bit of both now, but it's always business in the ring first for me. I'm always focused on the fight. Yeah. But once I get to a position where I'm trying to get a big fight, where I'm in a position to do that, I'll definitely do it. And it's all about being exciting in this game and putting bums on seats. Definitely.
Is there any Irish middleweights or even UK based middleweights that you fancy a crack at, that you think would be not only a great fight, but a fight that you could go in there and win and would really help you to kind of boost your notoriety, or, you know, boost your platform?
Yeah, well, I'd fight anyone in Ireland or the UK. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm looking beyond that. In 2 to 3 fights, I want to be at world level. And yeah, like I said, one fight is all it takes for you to get up to that level, to be up the top 10. And that's where I want to be by the end of the year.
Would a fight with someone like Kevin Agyarko, would that interest you? I mean, Eddie Hearn, that is, has been talking about coming back to Belfast and kind of with Kevin as almost like a headline act in the next kind of few fights. Is that a kind of an all-Irish middleweight fight that would interest you?
Yeah, well, if he's in my way for that world title, definitely. I'll fight anyone, like I said, and even better in Ireland, it would be special.
Definitely. I think it would be amazing. Not only an amazing fight between two great fighters, but obviously I think sometimes we're missing that in Ireland. Our prospects or our better fighters fighting each other. We don't get to see an awful lot of that, and I think it would really do a lot for the scene in Ireland as well. You know, probably galvanize the fans a bit as well. It would definitely be amazing to see. But I think it's interesting. Like, you've been a prospect for quite a while, and someone that everyone is very impressed with and talks regards in a very, very highly. But of more recent times, we've seen other Irish prospects kind of maybe get more hype or more recognition, perhaps. Do you feel that? So, like the likes of your Kevin Agyarkos, maybe Pierce O'Leary, Gary Cully, who 2 or 3, they're starting to transcend the prospect label into kind of contender label. But is that something that you've noticed happening? And do you think that you're getting the hype or the recognition relative to your level in comparison with those kind of guys?
No, I'm not too focused on other people. I'm only focused on myself and focusing on all that comes my way. And that's all I want for me, is the best for me, and go to the top and keep winning every fight convincingly. It's all about what I can do in the ring, and all it'll take is a couple of breakthrough fights and I'll be at world level, and then I'll get the recognition that I really deserve. Yeah,
I get you. But you kind of, do you still feel like you're kind of battling for that recognition?
Not really, no. battling with other people. I'm only worried about what I can do and what I can do in the ring, and whether
I get
people
you.
take that and just make a big name for myself. Yeah.
100%. I get you. So you're with Mick Hennessy. You were with Golden Boy before that. That's obviously an interesting move. You were in America. What happened there, or kind of what were your reasons for kind of wanting to come back closer to home? Maybe talk us through, if you can, some of the kind of pros and cons of going out to America. To, even though you were working with a big promoter, you know, what are some of the pros and cons of being with a big promoter like Golden Boy, kind of away from home, away from the spotlight, or the spotlight of Ireland, if you like?
Yeah, when I was 18, so I spent 4 years in LA and training over in America. Went good, big experience over there. Did what I had to do, and over the years, I just got good sparring. The better the sparring I was getting, the more I was improving. So still at 22, I'm back over here now in Ireland, and I go over back to the UK a lot for training there. And then I think I'm in a good position now at 22, 14-0, WBC Youth World Champion, ranked 38 in the WBC, and I'm in a good position moving forward. Definitely.
But are there some difficulties, do you think, working in America, kind of, as I said, away from Ireland? Like, are there difficulties with kind of, we see that maybe sometimes we see it with Irish fighters that they go away, and because they're on a different time zone, and they're less visible to the Irish fans, that sometimes they get not forgotten, do you know what I mean? But kind of they're away and they're kind of out of sight, out of mind. Do you feel like that was something that maybe you had to endure, even though you were getting good work and good experience fighting in America?
No, the experience over there I was getting was invaluable. Like, the sparring, it's 3 times a week with world-class fighters. Like, it's experience you can't buy. And the 4 solid years there, and people don't even get it in a lifetime of their boxing careers, what I got there in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's going over and back, even over to England as well. You get different styles all over the world. So whoever you're going to be fighting in the ring, you don't know who. It could be Southpaw, Orthodox, whoever it is. Like, I'm ready for them all now at 22. I just want to keep building the experience now in my fights. So see what happens.
Definitely. Talk to me about the move to Mick Hennessy then. I mean, a good move, seemed a really good move for you, but obviously in more recently, Mick Hennessy has lost the TV deal with Channel 5, which is unfortunate for you and your brother and all the fighters who are with Mick Hennessy. But yeah, so talk to me about that kind of decision to move to Mick, and then the kind of, what are the implications of being with a promoter and you're on TV and things are looking amazing, and then all of a sudden the TV deal goes away. Kind of, what does that psychologically, what happens in your head there, and kind of what way are you dealing with that?
Right now, I'm just really like focused on being in the gym. Like, since December, me and my brother haven't left the gym, so we've always been in shape. We've always been ready. And once I got the call, I was in good shape to take this fight, and that's the way we always like to keep it. So whatever happens, we never get fuzzed. We're always disciplined, and I think that's the best way to be as a fighter. We always like to be in shape the whole year round, that we're always ready for anything.
Yeah, I get you. So no matter what happens in the promotion side, no matter whatever happens outside, you can't control that, but you can only control your training, your kind of how prepared you are to fight when you get the call. Yeah, 100%. But talk to me about the decision to move to Mckenna, actually, because it was an interesting move. It was one that all the Irish fight fans were obviously very happy for you. It seemed like a good move at the time. So yeah, talk to me about just how that happened.
Yeah, so Stephen got fights with him first, and I seen how good he was doing with Stephen. Stephen was being kept very busy, had plenty of fights, and then I got in with him, and here I am, WBC Youth World Champion. So I've seen a good job he was doing with Stephen, and he had Tyson Fury and Carl Crotch, and he brought them to world titles. So that's the plan. I want to be brought to world titles, be kept busy and active, and I'll definitely make it to the top because I'm disciplined, I'm focused, and I live and breathe this game.
Yeah, definitely. That's if there's one thing we can say about you and your brother, it's that you absolutely live and breathe it. You
Yeah,
see it on
probably.
social media every day. You know what I mean? All he's ever do is train. That's all we see, which is amazing. Let's talk about your brother a little bit. Obviously we don't have him today. Hopefully we'll get him soon. You are interesting as brothers. Obviously you seem very close, but you're quite different personalities. Like Stephen seems to be a lot more. He's really happy to kind of stand up and call out names. Connor Ben, Florian Marku, right? Like loads of different names he's calling out. What do you kind of make of that from your brother? And if he was to get in with the likes of a Connor Ben, what do you see happening? Is Stephen is it partly kind of a marketing ploy, or is Stephen the real deal in terms of these fights?
Yeah, he's the real deal. Yeah, one thing about Stephen is he's exciting, the build up, everything, even in the ring, he's explosive. So everyone looks forward to watching him, and people's not seeing what he's doing in the gym too, or he can't he blows them out in a round, like, but he could do that for 8 rounds. He's been sparring world level fighters for 10, 12 rounds doing the same thing, like, so he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world at the minute, and people will definitely see him now in the near future, how good he'll be as well.
What happens in a fight between himself and Connor Ben, the main man that he seems to have been calling out over the last year or so?
Yeah, Stephen wins that. I think Stephen, he's 6'1" and he's 147 and he's incredibly strong. He hits really hard and he's long range. He can fight in close. He can mix it up as well. So I think Stephen wins that, and by knockout as well.
By knockout as well. Well, you know what? We'd love to see that. But it's interesting you talk about sparring there, because we have heard about the Stevie sparring Ryan Garcia, right? And they've had a bit of their spats and stuff like that. But we want to know what really happened when they sparred. So what's your account of what happened when he sparred Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, Stephen did really well against Ryan Garcia. He didn't like it, as you can see from all the Twitter that was going on back a few months or years ago. So yeah, he didn't like one bit of it. But Stephen right now, he's an incredibly strong fighter, and for 147 he hits like a middleweight.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way anyway. I mean, he absolutely has been blasting through his opponents very, very early on in fights, hasn't he? Do you know when is Stephen looking to get out next, or will it be hopefully a similar trajectory for Stephen, maybe getting out on a Sky show, on a boxer card? Does he know anything about what's coming up for him, or anything you could tell us?
Yeah, Stephen who's hoping to get out soon enough. I'm not sure exactly when, but soon enough he should be getting a fight date.
Yeah, well, we hope to see him obviously quite soon. There was kind of rumblings of talks that you have been maybe asked to fight on Katie Taylor's undercard if they had a fight in Croke Park. Is there any truth to that, or can you kind of confirm or deny that one for us?
I haven't heard anything about it. You never know, but I'd definitely love to fight in Ireland. It's always been a dream of mine to fight back here.
Yeah.
And we're no better place than Croke Park as well.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd say it'd be a dream, I'd say. Yeah, what do you make of that? Is that well, obviously it's something you'd love, but Katie Taylor, obviously kind of an Irish hero at this stage, isn't she? How much would you kind of love to see even just Katie, regardless of anyone getting on the card, but how much would you love to see Katie get her kind of opportunity to fill a stadium in Ireland?
Oh, it'd be unbelievable. So would Katie Taylor fighting in Croke Park, and she'd definitely fill it out. It'd probably sell out really quick too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it'd be a very good experience to see all the Irish fans there supporting one of Ireland's greatest ever.
Yeah. Has Katie been kind of an inspiration to you over the years? Is she someone that you've kind of looked up to?
Yeah, well, me and Stephen used to actually spar Katie Taylor back in the day before the 2016 Olympics. I think it was around that times when we were around the same weight as her. So we did a lot of sparring back then with her. We know her really well too. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, she's definitely flying the flag for Ireland, and she's a role model for everyone, not even just boxers, everyone.
Definitely. How would you like to see her go now? Would you like to see her kind of to keep going as long as she wants to go, or would you like to see her kind of have a big kind of finale fight in Croke Park and then maybe pack it in? What would you like to see from Katie Taylor now going forward?
I'd definitely like to see her fight in Croke Park anyway. It'd be surreal to see that, but then after that would kind of have to be up to her how she feels, and if she can feel like she can keep it going, then why not? But the career she did right now, if she was to stop, like, it's one hell of a career to have. But whatever she does, I'm sure she'll keep doing well and keep winning.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, I think I share that sentiment with you. Like, be just amazing to see her have that kind of homecoming that she absolutely deserves. Look, Aaron, I'm gonna leave it there, but I just want to say thanks, man. I know I've taken up quite a bit of your time, but thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it. Best of luck next week. I'm looking forward to, first of all, hearing the opponent announced. Hopefully it's a little bit of a kind of a step up, and somebody who's gonna put up a good challenge for you. We'd love to see you in a good fight, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you on Sky Sports and seeing you push on.
Yeah, thanks very much. Just looking forward to it, and the opponent should be announced really soon.
Brilliant. Do you want to shout out any sponsors or anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, just shout out to all the sponsors. Everyone who's helped me. I have a really good sponsor as well over in England, Recycle Storage Solutions. They're always great help for me when I'm over there training. And all the other sponsors, have them all in the t-shirts, the ring jacket, the shorts. So you'll see them all in Fight Night and Sky Sports.
Excellent. Aaron, thank you very much for talking to irishboxing.com. Really appreciate it. All the best next week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks very much.